Tasting room pet peeves. I don't mind kids at breweries if they're well behaved. It's kind of weird to see parents get wasted and they got kids running around. I've worked at a brewery that did not do flights. Every brewery in San Diego is going to offer flights. You make your most money off flights because it comes down to about $8 or $10 for a pint. But I worked at a brewery that was just so small, and it was right next to a very popular indoor music venue called the Belly Up. And they didn't allow flights just to keep the flow of the room better. And I appreciate them not doing that because it would have screwed up the flow of the room. Every room has a flow. How long are people waiting in line? Where can people get beers? Is the menu too hard to read? Is there only one bathroom? Every room has a flow. How do you get people beer in their hands and not waiting in line for beer or bathroom for 20 minutes every single time that they have to get a beer or get a glass of water? I worked at a brewery one time. The only place they could get water was from the bar. So they'd come up and they'd wait in line for like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes just to get water. It's like, we need a water machine right at the front door. That'll help the people that are trying to buy beer too. Can't charge people for water. Can't charge people to use the bathroom. So let's figure out a way to keep the people that are spending money on the merry-go-round. Yeah, Belly Up on Sidros in Solana Beach. It's an awesome spot. Tasting room pet peeves. I think it's cool. I like the trucks that come in. You know, they're super drunk, like the scavengers or the party buses. Everybody comes in. They're annihilated. They're drinking Fireball vodka on their bus. They're bringing in alcohol. They're bringing in whatever the hell. They're sneaking their own booze in. They're getting loaded. You can't deny them. No brewery could. My biggest problem is I would allow dogs at a brewery if I had one, but you have to be on a leash. And it's a zero tolerance because it's not an if, it's a when. Every brewery I've worked at, or every brewery that's one of my favorite breweries I go to, there's been a dog attack. And there's some people out there, they think that their dog is God, it's Jesus, it's heaven on earth, and it's the nicest thing ever. But sometimes, and so they let it off the leash. But sometimes that dog might not go up to a dog that's as nice as it, and they'll go at it. And I've seen it a lot of times. I've seen people, business owners, and people working behind the bar go to work and just let their dog run around, and it's going to go up to a dog, and eventually there's going to be a lawsuit, and somebody's going to have to get stitched up. I've seen it twice. 2 people that broke up the dog fights got their hands bit, and they got stitched up. That is a hard no. And if you let your dog off a leash, I would tell you that if you do it again, you're banned from my brewery. And if you did it again, I would ban you from my brewery, because it's the most selfish thing you can do. I know your dog is sweet and you love your dog to death and you think it's this little Buddha, best person ever, but it can go up to a dog that's on a leash right next to its owner and get right up in its face. And it sucks. And again, it's not an if, it's a when. And I had this shithead come in one time, right when I got a job at Culture a couple of years ago. I've always poured beer part-time. I've always wanted to, because I never really considered it a job because it was so easy compared to construction. This guy comes in, and the place I work, Culture in Encinitas, it's a straight shot. It's one lot right here. Does California not have a leash law? They have to, but some people just get lackadaisical. Everybody, the garage breweries, they're all letting dogs just walk around. It's insane. It blows my mind to think about how selfish you could be as a dog owner, how big of a piece of human shit you can be just to go out and let your dog run around a place with other dogs. And I've seen a dog bite a kid's face. I've seen a Middle Eastern German Shepherd bite a guy's arm. Lawsuit, Culture in Solana Beach. But this guy came in one time and he let his dog off the leash right when he walked in at Culture in Encinitas. And I came around and this dog immediately took off and was headed towards me in the bathrooms and wanted to come behind the bar. And I was like, whoa, man, like you got to get your dog on the leash right now. He's like, dude, everybody loves my dog. My dog's the nicest dog ever. I'm like, that's the dumbest fucking answer. That's the worst thing you could say. That's the dumbest, most ignorant thing you could do. And I was like, you got to get your dog on a leash right now, or I'm not going to serve you a beer. He's like, I know, I heard you the first time. And we just were standing there looking at each other. I'm like, so get your dog on a leash or leave. There's no gray. Get the fuck out of here. Or get your dog on a leash. I get it. It's your best friend. It's a sweet little cuddle thing. It's not supposed to be around strangers at a brewery off a leash. Like in Uruguay, where there's millions of dogs just running around everywhere.